Hey everybody, welcome back to Social Media, the usual channel we talk horror and nothing but horror. How is everybody doing? Hope it's doing well. And today guys, I'm going to be doing another movie review for you. And today I'm going to be reviewing Jigsaw. This film came out a few years after when the original run of the Saw franchise ended. This movie, you know, tackles a lot within the story and changes a few things and makes the timeline even more confusing than it already was. So, whatever. So yeah, this film was directed by Michael Spierg and Peter Spierg, and the movie was also released in October 27th of 2017 and October 26th, 2017 in the UK. The US was the 27th, the UK the 26th. So without further ado, let's get into a review and see what I think about Jigsaw. The movie begins with a police chase where we meet Edgar Munson, played by Joshua Black, who asks to see our next character, Detective Halloran, played by Callum Keith Rennie, and his partner, Detective Keith Hunt, played by Clee Bennett. Edgar mentions that the game is about to start, as Edgar is holding some sort of activation device. Halloran tells his partner to aim for the device, and if Edgar does anything to shoot it up. When?
Which one of you assholes shot him in the chest?
But someone shoots Edgar in the body, but we don't know who. After this, we end up in the game for this movie. The first trap isn't clear, but the characters have to shed a little amount of blood from the blades that will release the buckets from their heads. Someone in the trap seems to not survive. Now we get a much better look at the game players for this movie. We meet Anna, played by Laura Vandervoort, Ryan, played by Paul Brunstein, Mitch, played by Mandela Van Peebles, and Carly, played by Brittany Allen. As they seem to be in what looks like a large barn, back with the detectives, they ask for Edgar to be able to awake so they can interview him, since they have questions for him. But the doctor had to put him in a medical induced coma. Back with the game, the group are stood around talking, wondering what is going on, as they reference the voice they heard that said to survive, they must cleanse their souls of their lies. After this, a woman is on a run through the city park when she notices people stood looking at something, when she sees a body hung up with a bucket over its head, believing this is the person who didn't make it out of the first trap. This is when we meet our next character, Logan Nelson, played by Matt Pasmore, who is playing catch with his daughter as Halloran shows up needing him. Logan works in the morgue. We end up in the morgue where we meet Eleanor Bonneville, played by Hannah Emily Anderson, as they are examining the bucket head body. When they get the bucket off the body, has no head, well, half a head, when they notice a jigsaw puzzle cut out of the neck.
Someone's been studying up on John Kramer. Copycat?
Hope not. Kramer's been dead for 10.
When Hunt walks in, we learn that Logan and Hunt know each other as both of them served together in the military. Logan as a medic, where we learn Logan's wife died. Logan seems to notice something where the jigsaw puzzle cutout is, as he pulls out a USB device. As Logan cleans it off, the drive has writing on it that says, "Then there was four." As they play the file on the device, it's a recording of Kramer. Halloran takes the device to give it to voice recognition department so they know if it really is John Kramer's voice.
And they will not stop until the sins against the innocent are atoned for. I will take care of the next four. You take care of the rest.
Back with the game, a Billy doll comes out to give them the tape recorder for the rules of the game, where Ryan says something that I would definitely say during this situation.
What the fuck?
No, it's not creepy at all.
But the chains around their necks begin to drag them across the room, as they are supposed to confess the wrongdoings they have done. which actually isn't what they were supposed to do, since Mitch manages to grab the tape recorder as the machine breaks, but they are not out of the woods yet. As Mitch plays the tape,
We will begin with one who is not only a liar, but a thief, a purse snatcher. And when you have
Ryan grabs the syringes, telling Carly to choose one of the syringes, as she is the one who Kramer is talking about. She stole from a woman who chased after her, but the woman died from an asthma attack. Each syringe has a number on it, which does mention the amount of money she stole from the woman. As they lifted into the air by the machine, about to be hanged, Ryan gets annoyed injecting her with all the syringes, which lets them go. Carly dies from the acid injected into her body. After a scene with Logan and the rest, we are back with the game as they enter the next area as the group continue to talk about any bad things they have done to the others. Anna mentions that her husband killed their baby in his sleep by rolling over onto the baby as he slept. Ryan decides to go to the door that says no exit on it, still thinking it's an exit. What did he think was going to happen? Mitch grabs the tape that is in there as he plays the tape after a scene with Logan and the rest. As they found another body, Anna and Mitch walk into what looks like a silo as the door closes on them. After they grab the tape in this game, Mitch and Anna are being buried in grain. Back with Logan and Halloran, Halloran mentions that Eleanor visits a website frequently that is dedicated to Jigsaw. As Hunt and Halloran had some blood tested that was found earlier, they have it matched as the blood that belongs to John Kramer. Back to the game, the grain stops as random pointing objects start falling. Ryan has to pull a lever that will save their lives, but also mince his leg in the process, which he does. That opens the silo door, letting Mitch and Anna out. After a bar scene, Logan and Eleanor go to a place that she owns, which is full of rebuilt jigsaw traps, as like a jigsaw museum. Logan does mention that one of them doesn't match any design, which Eleanor believes that there was a game that took place before any of the others, which they don't see. That Hunt followed them, seeing everything and taking photos, which also we see that someone manages to get into Edgar's hospital room to finish him off, which ends up in Edgar's death. After some more scenes back to the game, Mitch finds a tape recorder with his name on it, which then he is lifted up into the air by a rope, where we see a flashback along with the tape being played. We learn that Mitch sold a bike to someone for $600, listing it as in perfect condition, but he knew the brakes were really faulty, which ended up in the guy's death, where we learn that he was John's nephew. As Mitch is put into his own game for this, the bike will spin the red blades around as Mitch is lowered, needing to be careful and stop the blades by the brake. Anna does manage to stop the blades, but it doesn't last, as Mitch is then killed. Back with Hunt and Halloran, they get into Eleanor's Saw Museum, where they find another body, as Hunt goes to grab Logan, which Logan says
was aiming at. He had no plan to let Edgar walk. Do you think your partner knows?
They go back to where Logan works as he checks the bullet that Edgar was shot with in the beginning to see if maybe Halloran shot Edgar, which he does say the bullet matches the ones used by Halloran and others. Logan goes to see Eleanor where she mentions that she found a property that was owned by Jill Tuck, a farm where they go, but Halloran is on their tail, following them. Back to the game, Anna tries to open a door with a shovel when someone wearing a pig mask knocks her out. She wakes up chained by her feet, Mitch also being there from her, where we finally meet Jigsaw, John Kramer, played by, again, Tobin Bell. This is where we learn that Ryan, in his younger years, caused a car accident killing his friends, which he also mentions.
As do we all. But things happen. Were it not for a careless mistake by a resident.
John was Anna's next door neighbour, where we learn that Anna couldn't sleep because of her baby crying, which she ended up killing her own baby, where she laid the body next to her husband, blaming him for the baby's death, which ended up in her husband's arrest, and because of this, her husband took his own life in prison. Logan and Eleanor end up in the barn, which is dark but does look like a game took place. Halloran followed them in the farm as they walked through the back. Back to John and the game. John, being cryptic, sets up their last game with a gun in the middle of them, saying the key to their salvation is the bullet. John leaves them back with Logan. Logan is attacked by Halloran as Eleanor points a gun at Halloran, as Halloran and Logan end up in a scuffle as Eleanor runs away. Back with Anna and Ryan, Anna believes John wants her to kill him. When Anna dies, where Ryan finds that the key to their locks were inside the gun. The gunshot destroying the keys, leaving Ryan to die alone. As Halloran walks through the barn, he is jabbed by a needle that knocks him out. When he wakes up, Logan across from him with a device around their necks. Halloran says he is going to go first, but instead he presses the button on Logan's side. As Logan confesses, he is then killed. Then comes Halloran's turn as he confesses.
I did some shitty things, but the system's broken. I tried to fix it. Okay. I tampered with evidence.
When Halloran looks around, he sees Logan stand up and taking his collar off. This entire time during the movie, the main game was in the past, which was Kramer's first ever game, where we learn Logan was the hospital resident. Kramer saved him, taking him in. Logan was there when the first bear trap was created. The reason why Logan isn't in the original movies is because he went off to serve in the military. We also learn that Edgar killed Logan's wife. Halloran was the reason Edgar got away because he was Halloran's informant. Logan also made sure the police suspected Halloran, framing him as the new Jigsaw killer. Logan leaves Halloran to die by the lasers.
I speak for the dead.
The movie comes to an end. This movie was the first Saw movie since the originals ended. This movie does have moments that I don't like, which doesn't stop what it is. It is a good movie. The traps are creative and well thought out. The characters were well acted. The red herring of Eleanor was well done. The motive was good enough. As always, Tobin Bell did an amazing job. As always, this movie has its ups and downs, as I will be giving this movie a 7 rating. But overall, I think this movie is a good start for what could have been a new set of films, but we're never probably going to see that to fruition. Right, everybody, hope you did enjoy this movie review of Jigsaw. Hope you did enjoy. Don't forget to the link down below to all our social medias and everything like that. Don't forget to follow us on all of our platforms, Twitter or X, whatever you want to fucking call it, Instagram, all that good stuff. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and remember, keep on slashing, keep watching horror, and we'll see you horror fans later. Bye for now.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Have you checked the children?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Don't